I think probably it feels like our greatest hits. Like it really feels like a season finale in the sense that there's references to almost every episode that we've had leading up to it, and it's a time travel show, so we might even be revisiting some seminal moments of the first season, which is something that not a lot of shows can do. So that's really exciting to me, and I think I'm really excited about it. We're shooting the finale right now. We've got another week's worth of shooting left, and I'm excited. Like I really think it could be a really special episode because it feels as all finales should, as a capper. At the same time, it will launch us into season 2, just in ways I refuse to comment.
So what have you been most proud about with this first season?
Oh gosh, getting through it. No, in all honesty, because here's the thing, like we did something that was not easy to do, which is we did a 2-part crossover with Arrow and Flash, which actually, from a scheduling perspective, was really a 3-way crossover because we had to cross over characters who were appearing in Legends in the 2 crossover episodes, and like Steven appeared in Legends, and so Neil McDonough, and Neil McDonough also appeared on Flash. So from a scheduling perspective, oh, and by the way, this is all happening while we're producing a 2-hour pilot of a show of this magnitude. Like, so honestly, I'm probably proudest of the fact that we pulled it off. I'm also proud of the fact that, given the fact we didn't have the opportunity to, normally you do a pilot and you take a break and then you start filming the series like 3 months later. We dove straight into episode 3. So I'm just excited that it actually all works as well as it does. It's kind of a small miracle. It's and I'm also very gratified that the show really seems to have found an incredibly loyal audience, like a really loyal audience. Like nothing changes the ratings. It's like this all the time, which is wonderful. And I think people they're finally sort of seeing what we always knew, which is the first 2 hours don't give you a good indication of what the series is. That the series is a lot crazier even than those 2 hours, and every episode is different, and that's fun and exciting.
Which of the relationships in the show should fans look out for in the next few episodes?
We're definitely going to be developing the relationship between Kendra and Ray. That's going to take some interesting twists and turns and ups and downs. The fans of the Sarah and Snart, I will say, interaction are not going to be disappointed. That said, it'll be their interactions will be very much in keeping with their characters. Neither one are particularly lovey-dovey people. I'll leave it at that. That's probably. Oh, and I think we're going to be dealing with the further repercussions of the Snart and Rory breakup from episode 7. We're gonna see how that affects Snart's place on the team. We alluded to it a bit in episode 8, and there are still some pretty big consequences for that that are coming.
So Rory is completely gone, or?
It looked like he was killed at the end of episode 7. Now that said, I will say it's a time travel show, so the fact is that death on this show is very different because you can jump backwards in time to the period before Rory dies to meet him during season 1 of The Flash. I'm not saying that's what we're doing. I'm just saying that's what we could do, and you'll have to see.
Ra's al Ghul is going to be in Thursday's episode. Can you tease us anything about that?
So much fun to have Matt Nable back. He's absolutely terrific. There are probably at least 2 crazy applause-worthy moments for fans of Ra's al Ghul and fans of that mythology, as well as fans of Arrow. Two moments I think audiences will be really clapping their hands in excitement about. You'll see one of them actually in our sizzle reel later on today.
Are we looking forward to any more characters from the comics, like Jonah Hex?
You'll definitely be seeing some more. There's at least one more character from the comics who's pretty major who will make an appearance before the end of the year. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna doing my math here. I would say at least one. Let's stick with that.
When you look back at the first season, at the end of it, which episode are you most proud of, or most excited about, or?
Oh, good question. Well, I haven't seen cuts of 14, 15, and 16 yet, so I reserve the right for 14, 15, 16 to surpass this, but right now, my current favorite is episode 11, which is the Old West episode with Jonah. It's just, in a first-year show, you're always discovering the show. Like, the audience is discovering it, but we as writers and producers are discovering what works, what doesn't work, and you sort of wait to do an episode post the pilot where everything clicks. And like in season 1 of Arrow is episode 18. I think for Legends it's episode 11, where just everything falls right to place.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thanks guys.